You walk into important situations feeling like an imposter, even after preparing for hours. What if you could build unshakable confidence that nobody can take away from you? In this video, I'll share 5 Japanese-inspired rituals backed by psychology that will transform how you show up in the world. I discovered these rituals when I was struggling with crippling self-doubt in my 20s. I tried affirmations, motivation videos, fake it till you make it. Nothing stuck. The problem is, most confidence advice focuses on external validation instead of building internal strength. These 5 quiet practices changed everything for me, and they've helped thousands of my students develop genuine, lasting confidence. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build confidence that comes from within, not from others' opinions. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most people avoid looking at themselves in the mirror because they immediately start criticizing what they see. But confident people do something completely different. What it is, the morning mirror practice is a 2-minute daily ritual where you stand in front of the mirror and simply acknowledge yourself without judgment. You're not giving affirmations or fake compliments. You're practicing neutral self-recognition. In Japanese culture, this is called Jiko Ninshiki, the art of seeing yourself clearly without the lens of criticism or ego. Why it works. Research from the University of Pennsylvania found that self-criticism activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Your brain literally experiences harsh self-talk as an attack. When you practice neutral observation instead, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for emotional regulation. Teach is works because your brain learns that you're safe in your own presence. Most people have spent years avoiding their own gaze, which creates a subconscious message, I'm not okay to look at. The mirror practice reverses this pattern. After just 21 days, studies show that participants report significantly reduced social anxiety and increased self-acceptance. How to apply. First, set your alarm 2 minutes earlier than usual. Second, before checking your phone or doing anything else, go to your bathroom mirror. Third, stand there and simply look at yourself for 90 seconds. Not at your flaws, just at your face as a whole. Fourth, say one factual statement, I am here, I am present, I am enough as I am right now. Don't force emotion into it, just state it neutrally. Common mistake to avoid. Don't turn this into a compliment session or a criticism session. You're practicing neutral observation. For instance, instead of saying, ugh, I look tired, or forcing yourself to say I look amazing, simply observe, this is me today. But that's not all. Ritual 2, the Competence Journal, Shoko Kiroku, evidence recording. This next one is crucial because confidence isn't built on POS. Iterative thinking. It's built on evidence. What it is, the Competence Journal is a daily 5-minute practice where you record 3 specific things you did well that day. Not vague statements like I was productive, but concrete evidence of your capability. In Japan, this practice is rooted in Kaizen philosophy, continuous improvement through small, documented progress. Why it works. Neuroscience. Dr. Rick Hansen discovered that our brains have a negativity bias. We remember failures 5 times more strongly than successes. This made sense for survival thousands of years ago, but now it destroys confidence. When you actively document your competence, you're literally rewiring your brain's pattern recognition system. Research from Harvard Business School found that people who spent just 15 minutes reflecting on their daily progress performed 23% better on subsequent tasks. This works because your brain stores these positive data points as reference experiences. The next time you face a challenge, your brain automatically scans for relevant memories. If all it finds is anxiety and doubt, you'll feel paralyzed. But if it finds documented proof of your capabilities, you'll feel kappa. Blee. How to apply. First, buy a dedicated notebook, not a digital app. The physical act of writing strengthens memory encoding. Second, every evening before bed, write down 3 specific things you handled well. Use this format. Today, I specific action, which resulted in specific outcome. Third, include small wins, not just major achievements. I spoke up in the meeting even though I was nervous counts. I completed that difficult email after procrastinating counts. Fourth, once a week, review your entries. You'll be amazed at how capable you actually are. Common mistake: don't wait for perfect days. Even on terrible days, you did something right. Maybe you got out of bed. Maybe you asked for help. Maybe you didn't give up. That's evidence too. Now you might be thinking, his sounds simple, almost too simple. But that's exactly the point. Ritual 3, the discomfort microdose, Shogeki Kunrin, small shock training. Most people don't know this, but confidence isn't something you think your way into. It's something you build through action. What it is, the discomfort microdose is a daily practice where you intentionally do one small thing that makes you slightle. Uncomfortable. Not terrifying, not overwhelming, just mildly outside your comfort zone. Japanese martial artists call this Shogeki Kunrin, training through small shocks that gradually build resilience. Why it works? Dr. Anders Ericsson's research on expert performance revealed something fascinating. Confidence comes from a history of surviving uncertainty. Your amygdala, your brain's fear center, keeps a threat database. Every time you avoid something uncomfortable, your amygdala records dangerous. Avoid next time. But every time you do something uncomfortable and survive, your amygdala updates the file. False alarm. Actually safe. After several hundred micro-exposures, your amygdala stops flagging normal social situations as threats. This is why exposure therapy works for anxiety. But you don't need a therapist. You can expose yourself incrementally. Studies show that people who regularly engage in voluntary discomfort have 40% lower cortisol responses to stress. How to apply? First, create a list of 30 small uncomfortable actions. Examples: ask a question in a meeting, compliment a stranger, take a cold shower for 30 seconds, sit in a different spot, call instead of text. Second, do one per day, just one. The goal isn't to become fearless, it's to prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort. Third, after each microdose, take 60 seconds to acknowledge, I did that. It was uncomfortable, and I did it anyway. Fourth, gradually increase difficulty. Start with a 2/10 discomfort level, work up to 5/10 over months. Common mistake: don't jump to 10/10. Lunges. That triggers avoidance. For instance, if public speaking terrifies you, don't start with a presentation. Start by asking one question in a group setting. Build slowly. But wait, there's more to this. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful that nobody discusses in confidence advice. What it is. The energy audit is a weekly practice where you consciously identify which people, activities, and environments drain your confidence versus those that restore it. In Japanese philosophy, this is ki no kanri, the management of your life force energy. Confident people don't just build themselves up, they also protect their energy from depletion. Why it works? Social psychologist Dr. James Pennebaker's research revealed that suppressing your authentic self requires massive cognitive energy, up to 40% of your mental resources. When you're constantly in environments that require you to be someone you're not, you literally don't have energy left for confidence. This works because confidence isn't just what you build, It's also what you stop destroying. Think of it like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. You can pour water faster, positive practices, or you can patch the holes, remove energy drains. Most people only focus on pouring. Japanese culture emphasizes ma, the space between things. Sometimes confidence comes from what you remove, not what you add. How to apply. First, for 1 week, track your energy levels hourly on a scale of 1 to 10. Note what you were doing and who you were with. Second, at the end of the week, identify patterns. Hick activities consistently drain you below 5. Which people leave you feeling depleted? Which environments make you feel smaller? Third, make one change. You can't eliminate everything, but you can set one boundary. Maybe it's limiting time with a critical friend. Maybe it's saying no to an obligation that doesn't serve you. Maybe it's leaving situations 30 minutes earlier. Fourth, replace drain. Time with restoration. Schedule 15 minutes daily for something that genuinely energizes you. Common mistake: don't feel guilty about protecting your energy. For instance, if certain social events consistently leave you feeling inadequate, it's not weak to decline, it's wise. Confident people are selective about where they invest their presence. This brings me to the next secret, and it's most counterintuitive. 1. Here's where it gets fascinating. The fastest way to build confidence isn't to focus on yourself at all. What it is, the contribution practice is a daily or weekly ritual where you intentionally help someone else without expecting anything in return. In Japanese, hoshi means selfless service, and it's considered one of the highest practices for building inner strength. This could be as simple as genuinely listening to someone, sharing knowledge, or offering help. Why it works? Stanford psychologist Dr. Emma Seppala discovered something remarkable. People who regularly engage in helping behaviors show increased activity in the brain's reward centers, the same areas activated by food and sex. But there's more. When you focus on contribution, you shift from AM, the first good enough, to am I being useful? This eliminates the self-focused anxiety that destroys confidence. Research shows that volunteers have 30% higher self-esteem than non-volunteers, and this effect increases over time. This works because your brain builds identity through action. When you consistently show up as someone who adds value, your brain updates your self-concept. I am so. Me own who matters. I am someone who contributes. I am needed. That's unshakable confidence because it's not based on performance or appearance. It's based on character. How to apply. First, identify one skill or knowledge area where you're at least 20% better than average. You don't need to be an expert, just ahead of someone. Second, find one person per week who could benefit from that knowledge. This could be mentoring a junior colleague, answering questions in an online forum, or simply teaching a friend something useful. Third, give without keeping score. Don't track favors or expect reciprocation. The confidence comes from the giving, not the receiving. Fourth, notice how you feel afterward. Pay attention to the shift in your self-perception. Common mistake: don't wait until you feel qualified enough to help. For instance, if you've struggled with anxiety and learned to manage it, you're qualified to help someone earlier in that journey. Your experience is valuable exactly as it is. You've already watched this far, so let me share one final insight. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Number 1, the morning mirror practice. Neutral self-recognition for 2 minutes daily. Number 2, the competence journal, documenting 3 specific wins every evening. Number 3, the discomfort microdose, 1 small uncomfortable action each day. Number 4, the energy audit, identifying and protecting yourself from confidence drains. Number 5, the contribution practice, helping others to build unshakable inner strength. Remember, confidence isn't something you fake until you make it. It's something you build quietly, through consistent daily practices that nobody sees. You have everything you need right now to start this transformation. The only difference between someone who stays stuck in self-doubt and someone who builds lasting confidence is these small, quiet rituals practiced daily. Don't wait until you feel ready to start building confidence. That day will never come. Start with just the mirror practice tomorrow morning. I promise you, 30 days from now, you'll thank yourself. Actually, you'll barely recognize the insecure person you used to be. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. It helps more people discover these practices. Subscribe for more psychology-backed self-improvement content like this. Drop a comment telling me which ritual you're going to start with, or share which one resonated most with you. And if you want to learn how to build discipline that actually lasts, check out the video I've linked in the description. It pairs perfectly with these confidence rituals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.